Oh, I'm so hungry. So much laundry to do, all these tiny clothes. What day is it? It's Monday. You know what? Screw this. It's Macro Monday. Let's eat. Hey guys, what's up? It's Jessie Hilgenberg and welcome to another Macro Monday, where every Monday I make a meal for you from my own macros, hoping to show you how easy and chill and simple it can be to make a meal from your own macros. Now, I calculate all of my own personal macros using the macro calculator at jessiesgirlsdaily.com. Within that membership site, you can track your macros, calculate your pre and post workout macros, learn a ton about what macros are and how and why to track them. You also get daily workouts and an amazing Jessie's Girls community, so check that out. Today we're gonna make a high protein, cheesy spaghetti with chicken and meat sauce. And in that meal, it is going to have 29 grams of protein, 35 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of fat, all calculated with the Jessie's Girls macro calculator. So let's grab the ingredients and let's do it. All right, now that we have all of our ingredients out in front of us, the first thing I'm gonna do is cook the noodles because that takes the longest and I can prep a lot while I am doing that. So I'm gonna measure my spaghetti dry, and nobody cooks a single serving of spaghetti at a time. So I'm gonna actually cook 4 ounces dry of spaghetti, but I'm only going to eat 1 ounce in this meal, and then the rest will be for the girls' dinner tonight. And if they don't feel like that, because they usually don't want anything that I cook and I have to make 5 different dinners, then I'll eat this for lunch tomorrow too. Mom life. Okay, so I'm gonna clear my scale and I'm gonna measure 4 ounces of dry noodles. And bam, 4 ounces. Okay, I know I'm gonna cook this and I'm gonna get my water boiling. All right, now that our pasta is cooking behind me, let's enter in our spaghetti into MyFitnessPal or whatever app you use to track your food. So I am going to open MyFitnessPal. All right, here it is. And I am going to add food. I'm on lunch, meal 3 for me. And I'm gonna use scan barcode and I'm gonna scan my spaghetti. And now this shows up with a serving size of 2 ounces, and I'm only gonna have 1 ounce of spaghetti at this meal. So I'm gonna change the serving size to 1/2 of 2 ounces, which is 1. And press the check mark, press add, and now I've got 1 ounce of my spaghetti entered in. And let's get the rest of this stuff prepared. So I've got grilled chicken left over from Alex cooking. He probably cooked 8 chicken breasts for our family toward the end of last week. So it's been a couple of days and this is all that's left, and I'm gonna use it for the chicken pasta today. So I know that I need 4 ounces of chickens. So I am going to add, are these garden scissors? I don't know, but they work for chicken. I'm going to add what's left of this last chicken breast in here to the plate until I get 4 ounces on the dot. And there it is. And now there's a little bit for the girls' dinner tonight, which I love. All right, we've got our pasta cooked. Now, if you remember, I cooked 4 ounces of dry pasta, but I'm only going to use 1 ounce of that dry pasta for my meal right now. So I've got a trick for you guys. Okay, I've got 4 ounces of pasta right here, and this is like a total game-changing moment for you. I am always asked by gals, guys, but specifically my Jessie's girls the most, how in the hell you measure dry pasta and then translate that somehow into measuring it once it's cooked. So like tomorrow I come back to this pasta, and how do I know what my serving size is for my Fitness Pal if it's already cooked and I can't measure it dry anymore? Guess what? Here is the magical, magical answer. It is not going to kill you if your measurement isn't perfectly correct. I promise you, you won't die. So why I just spread this out like this is because I have all 4 ounces here, and all I'm going to do is just split it into fourths, okay? So I've got 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. Is it perfect? Probably not. Is it close enough? Absolutely. Will I reach all of my physique goals and all of my macro goals if I always do this? Abso-freaking-lutely, okay? So now I know that one of these quarter portions is going to be for my meal today. So I'm just going to pick one and put it in my bowl. So you don't even have to measure this because I already separated it all out, and I know that it's pretty damn close to being 1 ounce, all right? And the rest of this I'm gonna put in a to-go container for later. Okay, next up is chopping up this chicken breast. All right, so this is our 4 ounces of chicken, and I'm just going to cut it up. Oh God, so overrated. I'm going to cut it up. Oh, did you see that, you guys? See that magic? I don't know how anybody uses a knife. So cut this up, or chop it up or whatever into the size pieces that you like in your pasta. And this is totally unnecessary, but I am going to turn a regular tomato basil marinara sauce, a pasta sauce here, into a meat sauce. So my personal preference is that I don't really like a ton of chicken or turkey or whatever the protein is that I'm using in my pasta, especially because it's just 1 ounce, right? So that's not like a humongous bowl of pasta. I don't want more chicken in my pasta than pasta, okay? I want a lot of carbs. That's what I crave. I don't want to be mowing through chicken the whole entire time. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna put a little bit in here, so I do have some chunks of chicken, but I am going to actually chop up some of this 4 ounces in my bowl here so that I turn it into basically just like minced chicken, and I'm going to add it to this so that I'm still getting the protein. I still have all 4 ounces, but some of it are chunks of chicken that I'm gonna bite, and some of it is mixed into my pasta sauce. All right, so let's do that. Okay. So now we have that, and honestly, I think it's brilliant. So we're gonna put this off to the side because we're gonna mix it into our pasta sauce. But first, let's put our chicken into my Fitness Pal. Okay, so we're still on lunch. We're gonna press add food, and I always eat chicken, so I already have chicken in my history right here. But if you don't, just do a search for grilled chicken and make sure you find one that's verified or that matches up with the label. So here's chicken. I'm gonna press add, and it's already in here as 4 ounces, but I always like to double check that everything's right. So the serving size is 1 ounce, and I have the number of servings as 4, so 4 ounces total. And that is now recorded into my Fitness Pal. All right, you guys, next up is our pasta sauce. I'm gonna put it on my scale, clear it. This is measured in grams, so I'm gonna change my scale to grams. And let's get this entered into my Fitness Pal. So we are going to click on Add Food, and we're gonna press Scan Barcode, and we are going to scan this baby. And it shows up as a half a cup, which is what I wanted. So I've got my half cup right here, and the serving size is 1/2 cup. So I'm gonna press the check mark and press Add. Okay, now my pasta sauce is in, and that's perfect. The serving size in this is measured in grams, and so I'm gonna change my scale to grams. Make sure you clear it out so it says 0. Okay, perfect. And I've got a half a cup here. That's about the right amount of pasta sauce for the pasta dish that I'm making today. And what's awesome is that the serving size on this pasta is 1/2 cup, which is 125 grams. I am gonna measure it on my scale just for this video, because if you scoop your pasta sauce like you scoop your peanut butter, I know you're taking way more than you're supposed to. Okay, scale says 0. I've got my half cup right here, and let's see how we do. $125 grams, pretty good. Okay, we are done with this guy, and now we get to add our chopped chicken to our pasta. So all I'm gonna do is just dump this in. I already know that the chicken in this bowl and the chicken that I chopped equals 4 ounces, so I don't need to measure it. And now I'm just going to mix this up to make my pasta sauce. And I'm gonna add it to my pasta and chicken. And you guys just need to adjust this recipe for whatever your macros are. So this recipe is 29 grams of protein, 35 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of fat. If you need a little more protein or a little less protein, carbs or fat, all you have to do is just adjust the amounts a little bit here. So maybe a little bit less chicken, maybe 3 ounces instead of 4 ounces, or maybe a 1/4 cup of pasta sauce instead of a 1/2 cup. The next step is going to be adding cheese to this. So maybe you guys do no cheese if you're looking for a really low fat meal, or you can add avocado with the cheese if you're looking for a high fat meal, or olive oil. There's so many different options. You guys just need to follow the steps that I'm doing here and add or remove measurements and macros to make it the perfect meal for you. Okay, so now this is getting all mixed up. Looks amazing, by the way. And now I'm gonna add my cheese, and we're gonna heat everything up so that the cheese melts, our pasta sauce heats up, and our noodles get reheated and our chicken gets reheated. So turn the scale on, and it can stay in grams because the cheese that I use, which is the brand Daya, because I'm dairy free, so you guys can use Parmesan cheese, you guys can use any cheese that you want. Just make sure it melts well so that you get that good cheesy pasta. This is in grams, so I'm going to keep my scale in grams, clear it out. And I know from entering my meals into MyFitnessPal that I need 30 grams, which is 1 serving size of this, or 1/4 a cup. I don't need the measuring cup because I'm just gonna measure it right here on the scale. So the scale says 0, and I'm just gonna slowly add in cheese until I see 30 grams pop up on the scale, which is awesome. So we are done with this, except for entering it into MyFitnessPal. So open that app back up, and we are going to click Add Food and Scan Barcode, and go ahead and scan whichever cheese you're using. 1 serving size of this is 30 grams. That's exactly what I put into my bowl, so I'm gonna click the check mark, press Add, and now my entire meal is in here. It matches up perfectly. I've got 29 grams of protein, 35 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of fat. So all that's left, you guys, is to mix this up really well. I'm going to heat it up, and then I'll show you what this looks like and share a bite with you. Okay, I'm gonna go heat this up. I'll be right back. Okay, we're done here. I have cheesy, delicious, high protein pasta, and I can't wait to dig in. That's good. It's not pretty, but it meets my macros and it tastes good, and that's all that matters. Don't forget to calculate your macros at jessiesgirlsdaily.com. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that I can always keep making Macro Monday videos for you guys, and hit that notification bell so that you always get notified on Macro Monday. I'll see you guys next week. See ya.